This hour of Sports 56 Happy Hour is brought to you by MemphisFarmers.com. Insurance coverage backed by a local agent and a brand trusted nationwide. We are farmers. MemphisFarmers.com.
Check it out right here.
Ladies and gentlemen, and now,
the only man to give death a near Johnny experience. Johnny Harden.
Yo, what's up with all my people out there? I hope you had an amazing weekend. I know I did, and I didn't go anywhere. I just sat at home, watched a ton of sports, and it was freaking amazing. I don't know what was the craziest this weekend. Could it be how bad the Cowboys are? That is pretty amazing. Probably not. Manny Margot trying to steal home plate. Clayton Kershaw, what he did last night, and then also I got to give it out to, without OBJ, he gets injured after a pick. Then Baker goes bananas. Baker throws a dart, single high safety. He makes the right read. He hits with the perfect throw. 11 seconds left. Browns. Oh, my goodness. But this is the thing I got to ask you. I've been asking this now for, I think, 2 weeks, Gabe Kuhn. Hit us up at 67129. Welcome into Sports 56 Happy Hour with your good buddy Johnny Radio. Of course, my good buddy Gabe Kuhn. Can't speak, at G_Kuhn71. It was an insane weekend. I got so many questions. Gabe's going to hit me up with some questions. We got Terry Davis at 1:30 to talk about the Tigers. At 2 o'clock, me and Gabe go crazy on football. Hardenwood is absolutely hilarious. It was a debauchery-filled weekend. And again, I don't even know where to begin, but it's just, I got to fire off a lot of questions. Just hit me back on the text line. Listen to what I'm asking. I've asked this 1,000 times. Watching the Titans and A.J. Brown right before the night game. Again, I'm watching him. Titans, Gotti misses another field goal. They were amazing in the comeback, and A.J. Brown is just awesome. And I'm like, God, he's one of the best receivers. Ole Miss had A.J. Brown and DK Metcalf. Wow. But then when I watch DK Metcalf go 22.64 miles per hour, the second fastest person to run on the field and make a tackle this year, and top 5 fastest people, according to StatCast, that have run in the NFL this year. Did you realize that? And he is 6'4", 230 pounds.
I'll tell you what, though. He needs a little start, though.
Yeah, he gets going,
He ain't beating anybody in a 10-yard sprint, but he'll beat somebody in a 100-yard sprint.
40 or 100. Dude, did you see, though, he caught – and Budda Baker, by the way, was not running slow. He was going 21.27 miles per hour. But then DK at 22.64 when he topped out. And did you see those long strides? Dude was awesome. And by the way, who else was awesome? Not really Cliff Kingsbury in the fourth quarter, but somehow Arizona still held on to win, despite Cliff Kingsbury, I think, trying to sabotage his team, icing his kicker, just
kicking the ball on 2nd and 15.
Yes,
that was something.
Some of the things that my man was doing, he tripped me out, but they pulled it out. And then I got to say, real quick, is Khabib Nurmagomedov the greatest of all time? He retired after this weekend. Mad props. Never lost in UFC. Never lost in his pro career. It was very emotional. Did you hear? He talked about his father. His father passed from COVID-19 this year, and his mom never wanted him to go fight without his father. And he said this was his last fight and left the octagon. It was just crazy. Miles Brennan, by the way, got Wally pipped. Did you see that? Or at least he didn't get Wally pipped if you listen to Ed O today. We're going to talk about this, and I want to ask you at 67129. Did TJ Finley not go in there and show you enough, or is it you really believe Miles Brennan is better? Ed O came out and said straight up, I don't care about one game. My quarterback's not losing his job because he's injured, and he's played great all year long. Look, I agree he's played pretty good, but TJ Finley was pretty dead-gum solid, wasn't he? I don't know. I'm not the coach. We're going to see what goes on. But I'll tell you one thing, LSU Auburn at 2:30 coming up. If Miles comes out slow, don't expect that there to be a short hook. You know what I mean? He better come out firing on all cylinders. And then last but not least, I just got to say, Tom Brady, are the Bucs the favorite to play at home for the Super Bowl for the first time? The AFC looks so deep. You got the undefeated Steelers. You got the Titans, who I think are right there. You think I got Kansas City, who's the best. The Browns are coming. Baltimore is there. There's 5 teams that realistically you could see. Of course, I still think Kansas City's the favorite. But in the NFC, man, I see flaws in everybody. except for the Bucs each week are progressively getting better, and now they're adding Antonio Brown. I think Tom Brady can manage that. Anybody who's saying that he's going to be a cancer, he's going to hurt this team, Tom Brady doesn't let people hurt teams. Antonio Brown also has been out of the game for a while. I have a feeling that his time away, he's going to be like coming into this Bucs organization, not wanting to screw up, keep his kind of head down, and he's just going to want to go out there and probably let his play do the talking. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think that's what he will do, and I think it is going to be good for at least this season. So, Gabe, before you get to the leadoff, are the Bucs going to play this year in the NFC in their title game in Tampa for the first time ever?
It's certainly a possibility, and it's
I'm not
interesting
saying they're
too.
going to win it because I think the AFC's stronger.
It's interesting though when you look at the team he just came from. They are trending in opposite directions. Tom Brady is proving he can do it on his own, and I say on his own in regards to not being with Bill Belichick, because it's certainly not on his own with all the weapons they have. But we'll have to see. I think the Bucs are starting to hit stride for sure, though.
Man, they really are. They really are. But, man, like I said, everybody, we're going to rock and fire all day long, all day strong. We got Hardwood at 2:30, 2 o'clock. Me and Gabe go deep in some of the things that I've laid out for you. Hit us at 67129 on the text line. We're about to get to the leadoff, but remember, this hour is brought to you by Chad Gatlin at MemphisFarmers.com. That's Chad Gatlin at MemphisFarmers.com. Auto, home, life, business, renters insurance, anything you can think of. Get the power of farmers, but also get a personal agent. When you go to MemphisFarmers.com, you get Chad Gatlin. He will be your personal insurance agent. I was with another company before I moved over to Chad, and I had some situations, and then you just go to the website, you call somebody, and you just get some random person, and they live like in New Hampshire. They didn't know anything about Memphis. They didn't know who actually to call to get over here and fix my stuff. I had people coming from across the bridge and down in Mississippi and then over here, and I couldn't get anything coordinated. Chad Gatlin is a Memphis man. Whatever you need in this city, if you live in this area, if you live in the Mid-South, he has you covered. That's MemphisFarmers.com. Check him out or give him a call. Just call 901-235-1176. That's 901-235-1176 or go to MemphisFarmers.com. Gabe, let's do the leadoff.
A lot happening over the weekend, a lot of football. So I think, honestly, tell me how you feel about this. Did the World Series go sort of under the radar?
Dude,
this
not
weekend?
For me.
Not for you, of course. I'm talking about in general.
You know what? With Khabib in the UFC, with one of the best weekends I've ever had, and probably the best 15-minute stretch of professional football yesterday, with all that went on from the Titans and the missed field goal to the Falcons blowing it with Todd Gurley to the Browns comeback. Like, you know what I'm talking about? There was like four games that changed possession.
I feel like everything was sort of...
It was awesome.
Trying to get... It's like everything was taking the focus away from the World Series, although we're about to crown a champion. That's the truth of the matter. The Dodgers are up 3-2 on the Rays. They get their opportunity to close the thing out tomorrow night. It'll be Blake Snell for the Rays, Tony Gonsolin for the Dodgers. On surface level, it's a mismatch as far as the pitching matchup goes, but the Dodgers lineup has been sort of hitting stride, and they've seen Blake Snell once already. Do we see a closeout tomorrow night?
I thought it would have been closed out last night, but for the absolute insanity, Dave Roberts did a horrible job managing on Saturday, but Saturday's game is the craziest baseball game I've ever seen in my entire life. Do you know that it was like inning after inning after inning after inning that each team scored that kept taking the lead? It was like I watched a heavyweight fight where dude won a round, then another dude came back and won a round, dude knocked dude down, then the dude got up and knocked the other dude down, and then the way the guy won is like it was a phantom hit, because it was basically like the dude must have hit himself or something, because the Dodgers, I still haven't figured out how they lost that game. And Brett Phillips coming up to do that, like, that was a miracle. It just goes to say he was doing the airplane on Saturday. Arozarena was pegged. Dude makes a bad throw, bad play at the plate. Muncie's got to make a better throw, but, dude, you got to catch the ball and get the tag down, dude. Oh, yeah, and by the way, Jansen, do me a favor. Take your fat keister behind home plate and back up the play, idiot. Just you big freaking idiot. Oh, that game cost me, by the way. But they're
I can tell. I can tell.
Oh, that one hurt. That was just the end of a 6-game little pleasure parlay that I put in like a lunatic, and the only thing that missed was that game. Woo! Sorry. But I'm dead serious. You can't go and look at this lineup, and as much as Austin Meadows or Brandon Lau, coming up big with home runs. Arozarena's done his thing. G-Man Choi, he's doing his thing. But can I ask you a question? Just think about this. Mookie Betts, Corey Seager, Justin Turner, Max Muncy, Will Smith, Cody Bellinger, A.J. Pollock, Mr. Hernandez, and Mr. Taylor. Taylor, better throw next time also. And, hey, do me a favor. Catch the ball in center field, you idiot. But anyway, that team right there, there is not an easy out. Blake Snell didn't go very far. They smoke left-handed pitching. I told you that. And I just have a feeling, have you noticed that great bullpen and all those shifts that Tampa Bay does? It doesn't matter because the Dodgers either hit it over the fence or they miss the barrel of the bat. Barrels are overrated if you've heard them say that during the series. And they'll flare one out and everything's landing for them.
Snell got his 2 times through the lineup and did pretty well, but I'm sorry.
That third time is dangerous.
The third time, and then now a second time having to see that lineup as a starter. I don't see it going well for him, but he could prove me wrong. Blake Snell's a good pitcher, but again, you mentioned the Dodgers hit left-handed pitching better than anybody in the MLB, and just in general, they hit so dang well. That lineup is ridiculous.
And by the way, one other thing, very underrated, Mr. Tony Gonsolin. He's only 2.31 ERA. 2 wins, 2 losses.
Didn't look great last time out, though.
0.84, but this is what's amazing. He's got 46 strikeouts right now. In just right before the playoffs. If you go back just before October, right before they came in this joint, and if you go back through 5 starts, he strikes out a lot of people. Who strikes out a lot? Tampa Bay. It's either a home run or a strikeout, it seems like.
He didn't look good last time. Hopefully he can bounce back.
I think he's going to bounce back.
Hopefully he can bounce back.
Yeah, he got shelled.
Now, in the NFL, there's a lot of people we need to pray for. OBJ, we need to pray for him, a speedy recovery. We need to pray for the Cowboys because, by God, what is going on? But we also need to pray for their backup quarterback, Andy Dalton, because he got concussed from hell this weekend. Redskins linebacker John Bostic delivered a hit to him as he slid, and we know that's a big no-no nowadays. You cannot hit the quarterback as he slides and gives up his body, but it put Andy Dalton unconscious, absolutely unconscious, put him into concussion protocol. They don't know if he's going to be able to return this week. In my opinion, he shouldn't. Bostic was ejected, but then this morning, Adam Schefter reported that Bostic is unlikely to face a suspension from the league, and my question to you is, should he face a suspension?
Nope. I'm not mad at Bostic. If Bostic, you know what? If the Cowboys don't even give a damn enough to get up off the field and go defend their quarterback, if that doesn't start a fight with the whole deadgum team, if a cheap shot on your quarterback doesn't light a fire under your keister, nothing will. The fact that those linemen didn't come to his rescue and just stood there and Bostic's just standing there looking at him, he should have been just plowed. There should have been a rumble. The Cowboys are not even going through the motions and acting like they care to play football. They just got smoked by the Washington, doesn't even have a mascot, football team. 25-3. If they don't care, the league shouldn't care. I hate to say it. Yeah, it was a cheap shot on Bostic. But Cowboys didn't even seem to care about poor Andy Dalton. Their offensive line, every single person on that offensive lineman, should literally just, I feel like Andy Dalton owes you you say head or gut, and Andy should either be able to punch you in the face or the gut. You get to pick.
You're dead right. I played O-line. Something like that happens. I think that's the only time, and I don't condone this.
No, I don't.
But that's the only time an all-out brawl should ensue. Yep. I'm just going to be completely honest with you.
That was so cheap.
It was a cheap shot. I personally think Bostic should be suspended for at least a game or 2. But I think I agree with you in the fact that I'm more disappointed in the fact that no one came to Andy Dalton's side to rescue him after that hit. Just disgusting.
I wouldn't want to play for that team anymore if I was Andy Dalton.
Neither would I.
I'm
But
being dead
I
serious.
something tells me he's going to be out for an extended period of time.
Oh yeah, this
This is not
was
a
bad.
normal concussion.
This
That
is
was
not. That was the one of the ugliest hits. And again, I'm not. And I guess to prove my point, I'm saying he didn't deserve it because the team has quit on him. And I'm trying. And yes, Bostic, what he did, I think is just reprehensible. But what shocked me even more was that he was able to stay in there and just look at him, and not one offensive lineman come in even hit him
And
or
I think
do
part of
anything.
that, though, too, is you have a bunch of young O-linemen, basically a practice squad O-line out there that's not used to it. But at the same
They
time,
used to
it
be
should
the
be
nastiest offensive line.
it should
Ingrained in
literally
your head.
be ingrained in your head to protect your quarterback
Yep.
at all costs, and that definitely would fall under that. Now, Big Ten started up this week, and boy, did Justin Fields look damn good. 20 for 21, 276, 2 TDs, added a TD
Wow.
rushing, routed Nebraska 52-17. And we've talked about Fields and Trevor Lawrence being the top 2 QB prospects.
Yes, sir.
We've talked, I think, at length about Lawrence being the overwhelming number 1 for a while, and I know we've said that. But
Yes, sir.
is Justin Fields making the debate for QB1 in the NFL draft heat up?
Yes, sir, he is. I'll tell you one thing. He can throw it. He can run it. He is solid. I know this is one game, and yes, Justin Fields has to make up. But again, Trevor Lawrence hasn't looked Trevor Lawrence-esque. I know that a bad game for Trevor Lawrence is better than most anybody's game. Trevor Lawrence is probably still going to be the number 1 pick. But don't tell me that Justin Fields isn't going to make teams think about it. And I mean think really, really hard. Because Trevor Lawrence is what you expect in a quarterback from the pocket. He's everything that scouts are used to. Justin Fields is like everything that's new age football. He's Lamar Jackson and he's Patrick Mahomes. But he's more athletic than even Patrick Mahomes. He's a little athletic. He's not quite as athletic as Lamar Jackson. Don't get me wrong, he ain't that fast. But he's faster than Patrick Mahomes. And he's almost as accurate as what Patrick Mahomes was at Texas Tech. And look at that offense. He came in there in year 1 in Ryan Day's offense. He got it. Looks like year 2, even with the pandemic and all the stuff they went through, the new weapons. By the way, that catch, I just got to say, the toe drag from the I can't even remember his name now. He was such a beautiful catch. They got weapons at Ohio State. It seems like this, and I'm being dead serious. Alabama, Clemson, Ohio State, and everybody else in the whole world is just playing for that 4th chair at the table because only those 3 teams are really deserving.
And the Big Ten, there could not be a bigger gap from 1 to 2 as well. I mean, it is absolutely ridiculous, but Justin Fields looks brilliant.
He looks good.
I'm going to be completely honest. I don't know. I think it's based on who gets that first pick, which direction they go, because when you look at Trevor Lawrence and you look at Justin Fields, you have to decide what type of system you want to run.
See, I
right?
think this is going to happen. Remember I said this. It's going to be who wants to move up to number 1, because if the Jets, who I think are going to have the number 1 overall pick, they have to trade it. They must know that they need more than a quarterback. I need to move back and collect about 6 deadgum picks to go along with this draft because I need a whole new team. I mean, I need secondary, I need receivers, I need line, let's be real. Darnold is not your issue. You got to get a new coach. You got Woody Johnson. I wish he would leave. But if they move back, it's going to be which team wants to give you a boatload for either Justin Fields or Trevor Lawrence, and it's going to be which team wants one of them more.
But we talked about it. It's interesting, though, because our tunes have changed because it is less defined, 1 versus 2
it is
now.
a lot less
Trevor
defined.
Lawrence and Justin Fields. Justin Fields is putting himself on that level of being the number 1 QB off the board. I just want to see how the rest of the season goes. Then we'll be able to get a better feel for it.
Last but not least, I got to ask you this real quick. Does it look really bad for Kirby Smart letting Justin Fields out of Georgia? Because remember, he can't. He just couldn't learn the offense.
Of course
remember?
it does. Of course it does. And you had Jake Fromm starting over him.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
I don't get that. It looks horrible. I know people try to make the excuse, well, maybe it worked out for both of them. No. Justin Fields would have done great things at Georgia. He just needed the opportunity, and I think Kirby missed out on that one badly.
Last but not least, Joe Milton was awesome. Sorry for anybody who listened to me, including Greg Gaston. Joe Milton, looks like Jim Harbaugh finally got him a quarterback.
Looks like the running helps him drastically.
You think? Yes. He needs it.
He needs that, and I think he is. They have a chance this year. I'm not saying they're going to beat Ohio State because I don't know if anyone in the Big Ten will, but they actually have a chance to be basically the runner-up in the Big Ten.
I really think you're exactly right. Now, I will tell you that, again, this weekend was absolutely amazing. It's going to be fun. We got everything from the NFL to talk about to college football, and we're going to talk about college football coming up with Terry Davis. That's right, Tri-State Defenders, Terry Davis. He was at the game. By the way, did you love those helmets, Gabe, the 901?
Of course I did.
That was pretty fresh, wasn't it?
Yes.
I think that was my favorite uniform. I know there's been some really good ones. That was the one that was like, I don't know why. I just loved that one. I really like that one.
Because you got a 901 area code.
Well, of course, yeah.
You feel like they're representing you.
Yeah, I guess so. I just love that one. But anyway, we're talking Tigers, the Memphis Tigers. They're getting ready to play, oh my goodness, Cincinnati coming up on Halloween. It's going to be such a big game. I can't wait. They held off Temple. That was a very fun game. And Brady White, we have to just give him some credit. The man's playing good football. He's done a lot right now. And Ryan Silverfield, man, I don't know about, from Fuente and what he took over. A lot of people, Gabe, I don't even know do you remember the Revolution? Do you remember Larry Porter?
No, I wasn't even in town yet. I have heard some.
Join the revolution.
I was gonna say,
okay.
I've heard stories.
Really
I've heard
bad.
absolute horror stories about it.
It's horrible.
But yeah, that's how I know it. I didn't have a first-hand seat to it.
Woo! But man, from going from that to Fuente to Mike and now to Silverfield, I never thought Memphis could have this long of sustained success. They're having it. They're looking great. They dropped Temple 41-29. We're going to talk about it on the other side. And by the way, Calvin Austin, holy cow. By the way, the receiving core, they lose DeMonte Coxey, and now the receiving core almost looks they haven't missed a beat. Brady's just hitting everybody and their grandmother. We're going to talk about all that and more with Terry Davis. This is Sports 56, 98.5, and never forget Chad Gatlin at MemphisFarmers.com on 96.1 FM.
Sports Time with Wallow and Stacks. Weekdays from 3 to 6 on Sports 56, 98.5 FM and 96.1 FM.
One thing I really admire about Central Barbecue is their commitment to quality.
Then why do they let you do their commercials?
I'm talking about their food. Everything is prepared with devotion to taking the time and effort to create perfect barbecue.
Oh, I know. That's exactly why I was wondering why...
They're not kidding with that slow-smoked Memphis-style slogan. They smoke their pork for 14 hours. Do they have to? They do if they want to be the best barbecue in Memphis, and they are.
And yet they let you just throw together...
There's nothing better than Central Barbecue because they care.
Except apparently about their radio ads.
NFL fans, go to NFLshop.com and get your favorite player's jersey, name, and number t-shirt or collectible. Are you ready for the next game? Shop now for the most up-to-date assortment for all 32 teams, including face coverings. NFL Shop has game day covered with jerseys, apparel, and at-home essentials for cheering on your team. You'll choose from the largest assortment for all 32 teams, as NFL Shop is the destination for officially licensed NFL gear. Head to NFLshop.com today for your special offer.
Hi, this is Troy Fiveash, owner of Fiveash Roof Services. You've heard me talk about how we offer the best products, the best warranties, and the best services for years. Now let's talk about pricing. Pricing should never be the only reason you hire a contractor, but in today's world, pricing is always a consideration. So we suggest you get 2 or 3 estimates for your roof replacement from a reputable, licensed, and insured company, and then give us a call. If we can't beat your best price for a comparable roof system by more than $100, we'll give you $100. It's that simple. We are so sure we can offer you the best price, beating all other qualified companies, we will hand you $100 if we can't, and thank you for the opportunity. So give us a call. What's the worst thing that's going to happen? Make $100? Fiveash Roof Services, a proud supporter of Tiger Athletics and the official roofer of the Tigers home team. Fiveash Roof Services, fair, honest, and ethical. 367-0050 or MemphisRoofer.com.
Fiveash Roofing, it's what we do. We're here for you. All 75 months at 2.99. Mirage LHO 10129. G4 LHFO 7863. Eclipse LZO 15893. Includes all rebates and incentives. PF 695. Excludes tax title and license with approved credit. See dealer for complete details. Offer valid through 11/1/2020 with approved credit. Dealer stock only.
How about a brand new ride that gets 43 mpg highway, seats 5, plus costs less than $4 a day? We Gossett at Gossett Mitsubishi on the Pike. 2020 Mitsubishi Mirage. Buy for $11,100 or $99 a month. 2020 G4 41 mpg highway, $139 a month, or buy for $12,435. And 2020 Mitsubishi Eclipse Cross, $19,107 or $229 a month. Plus confidence today, tomorrow, and long into the future with a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty. Mirage, $99 a month. Mirage G4, $139 a month. And Eclipse Cross, $229 a month. Get to Gossett Mitsubishi today, 1870 Covington Pike, or shop online at memphismitsubishi.com.
If you want it, we got it at Gossett Motor Cars.
My stomach.
Don't worry, I've got you covered.
When you have nausea, heartburn, indigestion, upset stomach, diarrhea.
What's that?
It's Pepto-Bismol Chews.
Pepto-Bismol's in a chew?
Yeah, they taste great and provide fast relief. And you can always have Pepto-Bismol handy.
Ooh, let me try it.
Try Pepto-Bismol Chews for fast relief.
Nausea, heartburn, indigestion, upset stomach, diarrhea.
Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Happy Hour with Johnny Radio. This hour is brought to you by MemphisFarmers.com. Insurance coverage backed by a local agent and a brand trusted nationwide. We are farmers. MemphisFarmers.com.
Well, show me the way to the next whiskey bar. Oh, don't ask why. Oh, don't ask why. Show me the way to the next whiskey bar. Oh, don't ask why. Oh, don't ask why.
Yo, 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 welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm a little fired up. What a weekend of sports we had, and we got some more tonight. That's right, we got the National Football League. Them Rams are playing them Bears, baby. Yeah, Bears, Rams. Guess where you can hear all that action? Right here on Sport 56, 98.5 and 96.1 FM. So keep it locked and loaded all day long, all day strong. By the way, don't forget, Sports 56 WHBQ on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Periscope, and Instagram. Give us a follow, and don't forget to follow me at Johnny_Radio. And, of course, Gabe at G_Coon71. He played with the Tigers. He was not there with the Larry Porter years. Ever since Gabe came to Memphis, we've been blessed. You have to stay in Memphis forever now, Gabe. You cannot leave. You're our good luck charm, maybe. Tigers 41-29, but the thing that's scary, Cincinnati dropped SMU 42-13. I'm not going to lie to you, people. Gabe Kuhn was all over that game. I was all up at World Series games, you know what. And I was just watching that thing. And next thing I know, Cincinnati was just waxing them in the second half. Gabe told me that they are just flat out cold-blooded, but Terry Davis, he says Memphis is also cold-blooded, and Terry Davis joins me now. TD, what's up, my friend?
Man, life is good. Nothing but milk and honey. What's going on with you?
I'm telling you, what a weekend. Did you have more fun this weekend than you've had in a long time? And were those the coolest jerseys have you seen the Tigers wear, or is it just me?
Oh, man, that was good, man, because you can see the numbers from the press box. When you took a picture of them, you didn't have to look and see who it was. The numbers clear. They were clean. I'm so glad it didn't rain or get muddy because it was clean all day, just like they played a pretty good, clean game in the second half.
Mm-hmm. That was a beautiful game, beautiful weekend. Brady White's looking great. Ryan Silverfield, he's definitely passing with flying colors. But the one thing I'm going to talk to you about, and the texter comes in here, and I'm going to give him a lot of credit. He's like, man, the loss of DeMonte Coxey damaged the offense very little. And he says that in his opinion, you got Ivory and Austin and Washington and Dykes. They're all playing at high level. Brady's just picking people apart. They've been throwing in this little jet sweep. The Tigers' run game has not been, completely dropped off since the loss of Kenneth Gainwell, earlier in the season. This team, just whatever comes at them, they just keep trugging along, and you can tell the undisputed leader feels like it's Brady White, or it seems like it looks like it on television, or if you're down in the press box or wherever you're at, you're watching the Tigers. He's on the sideline talking to every single unit when he's on the side of the field. He's going to the wide receivers. He's going to the offensive linemen. He's going to the backs. He's talking everybody up. He is. I mean, like you said, he's a coach on the field. He's got things going. You said exactly what was going to happen. You've been talking about this team all year, not missing a beat. I don't know how you were right. I guess you were at practice a lot more than most of us. But how is it that this Tigers and like Ryan Silverfield, no matter what, is it the fact that he has a stable quarterback? What is it? No matter what happens to them, it feels like every week they still get better.
It's a combination of two things. You have Brady White at the helm, and these guys are like brothers. They're like a family. No matter who leaves the fold, they all protect each other like a clan. Like how leadership protect your own. And that's what they do. They go out there and raise those guys up. Like, you never heard of Mr. Owens, who caught 2 interceptions this past weekend. You never knew him. So what happened is I asked this coach this question last week. How do you manage to get these guys up? The guys who don't travel and don't practice on Sundays, on their light day, they go out there and simulate what went wrong. And he always have them prepared, because they say you never know when your time is gone. Because no one expected Taj Washington to be on this level this early. He's a good receiver, and he's just a freshman last year. But when he traveled last year, he got that experience of being in the game. Even though he didn't play, he went through the pregame rituals. All those little things add up, so everybody on that roster think they can contribute at any time when their number's called.
Man, and everybody is contributing. You're so right. You see guys on defense. You've got, and how many guys have you also seen step up on offense this year? And again, basically that whole receiving core. We didn't know if Sean Dykes was going to be able to do what he's doing this year. We had no idea Calvin Austin was going to turn into the wide receiver he is. Taj Washington, Ivory. I mean, honestly, it's impressive. And it's like, you can lose a Kenneth Gainwell, a DeMonte Coxey, 2 guys who were like all, all literally first-team American dudes that, could be up there this year, who are going to go to the next level. And other guys just step in, and it's like the team somehow does not miss a beat. And that, again, like you said, it's the brotherhood. So you think it's more of a family situation, and who installed that then?
It's weird, because when Brady White first got here, the reason that team didn't do well, because that team was actually divided. Half the team wanted one quarterback and the other half had that. But after that year, something happened. Norvell got that team together. Anthony Miller, all those guys. And this has been rolling ever since. For the last 3 years, every time they've won double digits, it's been a family-like atmosphere. The coaches are hard on them, but they get results out of them, and they know they're fair. They're hard but fair. So since that time, since Brady came out and took over that first year, then it went to his second year, that brotherhood has been gotten stronger and stronger and stronger.
Man, I'll tell you one thing again, from Goodson to Broussard, this defense is also laying the wood. Speaking of defense, speaking of guys bringing it, are they going to have enough against this Cincinnati team coming up? Because on Halloween, I know that, I want to sit here and just revel in how the Tigers are playing right now. They're 3-1. They're 3-1. They're playing good football, but if they can beat Cincinnati, they've already got Central Florida out of their way. Holy cow! If they can drop Cincinnati, Cincinnati would have a loss. Everybody would have a loss, and it would seem like that would be just right there for the Tigers to go in there and take the American.
You're absolutely correct. If they can play offensively on the level that they did against Central Florida, Cincinnati won't have a chance against them.
Tell you one thing, Cincinnati, did they make you a little nervous in watching that defense? Did you see any of that?
Really.
Did you see any of that game with SMU? I saw all the highlights.
Much the same system. It's the same defense from last year, but they got different players. But this team is different. Ryan don't want to give them credit, but that offensive line is playing much better at this time of year than they were this time last year. That offensive line has been great, and I think Temple's defensive line is a lot better than Cincinnati. And they can play that well against Temple's defensive line. I think they'll do well against Cincinnati defensive line.
Ooh, I like it. Now, is there anybody that you absolutely are scared of on Cincinnati, or is it just Cincinnati is kind of like they feel like a team football? You know what I mean? They fly to the football, they play good defense, they run the ball. Their quarterback has a cannon. He's not very accurate, but they'll still get big plays because he goes down the field. So they're very effective. I just feel like the Memphis Tigers offense is such a more well-oiled machine, and if Mike McIntyre's boys on defense can bring the wood, I think they're going to get them this on Halloween night. That would be so awesome. The
person that scares me on the Cincinnati team is Luke Fickell, because he lost twice to Memphis last year. Memphis ruined their season. You know, they was undefeated coming in here, and because they have a lot of new people also. But him preparing those guys, I think he's going to ride them hard, and he's going to have them emotionally ready. And Memphis is going to have to match that emotion coming out the gate, and they can't fall behind against Cincinnati.
That was a really good thing that you just said. Luke Fickell being the one that scares you. But out of which unit though? Is it offense or defense? Which one brings it the best for Cincinnati? And who's going to have to be on their A game? I mean, the whole team's going to need to be, offense, defense, special teams. But who's going to be in for a long night? The offense or defense for Memphis?
I think the defense is going to be in for a long night because they have a lot of balance on their running game and their passing game. So if the defensive line can keep them at bay, create a couple of turnovers, get them into a lot of third and long situations, and don't make any stupid, personal foul penalties. I think, but that's the unit that worries me the most, that defensive unit against that balanced offense of Cincinnati.
Yeah, they made SMU's offense absolutely basically not be able to do a dead gum thing. And they have running backs. I mean, they have Dokes, they have Jackson at wide receiver. They will, they'll get out and make some space. And, Desmond Ryder again. I don't know what it is about this young man. Like, for me, I just don't think he's not your typical quarterback. I mean, again, the guy can't throw the ball like on a nice little slant or just like a little out route without like throwing it 100 miles an hour. It seems like he has no touch. But if he needs to throw, a 15-yard out or a post or whatever, he's got a rifle and he can make that big play. And when everybody is creeping up because you're running the football and you're gashing people for 4 and 5 and 6 yards an attempt, those big plays end up opening up down the field, and then you see Jackson running for a touchdown.
Exactly, and that's what they do. They just kill you with the little stuff and get behind you, and next thing you know, boom, they're in the end zone. So that's what you got to. That's why I say, as the defensive line put pressure on the running game and the quarterback, and I think it'll be another close win for the Tigers. Last year they won by 5 and 6 points respectively. They held them to 24 points. So the key is if you hold Cincinnati at 24 points, Memphis will get a double-digit win, potentially.
Ooh, now I will say, though, their linebacking core with Beavers and White, in all honesty, they might be the best linebacking core in the American. What do you think?
Yeah, they're good, but my thing is, like I said, that Memphis offensive line has been very good this year, too. And I think Rodriguez, he had a good game last week, but I think he's going to have a better game because that Temple defensive line stopped him behind the line. But once he gets to those linebackers, I think he'll get behind those. So I think Clark have a better game against those linebackers because he's a power back, even though he's small.
Man, I do have to admit, Manny and Obina and Isaac and Dylan Parham and everybody, Evan Fields, they're all playing great at the line of scrimmage. And Sean Dykes at the tight end, just opening up, hitting the seams, taking linebackers out of their play. And that's what he's going to have to do. But that's what scares me is if Sean, I kind of almost feel like it's going to be up to the wide receivers in this ball game because the linebackers are so talented for Cincinnati. And I think it's going to be up to Washington and Ivory and, Austin. And the fact that they have shown it, and Brady White's been able to put the ball right down there, I think, they're going to focus a lot of attention. And I think they got a lot of people that can take care of Sean Dykes in this game. But I don't know if they have enough speed on the outside to keep up with all the, the little jitterbug backs that Memphis is throwing at you.
Exactly. Who's going to keep up with Calvin Austin?
I don't know. Not on Cincinnati. I mean, they'll lay the wood and they fly to the football, but I just don't see the cornerback and the safeties that as well. Again, I love their linebackers. I love their defensive front, but Brady White might be able to have a little bit of room down the field for some of these Ivory and Austin and Washington big games. And last week, how big was that game? I mean, Calvin Austin was sick just last week against Temple.
It's crazy, man. The guy have 154 yards. Oh, that's a great game. And he comes back with 184 yards and could have had 200 if he hadn't dropped the touchdown at the end of the first half. It's just amazing what this guy has accomplished in so short a time. Just imagine, this time last year, he was still a walk-on. It's amazing.
Man, that is kind of crazy when you think about it. But that's the other thing is Ryan Silverfield, he talked about it this weekend. I mean, they got guys who come out here and walk on and end up making plays, and they're expected to make plays. And Brady White talked about it. It's just like you said, and you kind of, I guess, put the cherry on the top, and this is why it makes so much sense. It is such a family atmosphere. And if everybody believes in you, once you get that opportunity to go out on the field and you don't feel like, people are looking at you to make you fail, but looking at you to lift you up, that gives you some belief. And this Tiger team is believing the big game is against Cincinnati. I need to know right now who you got.
It's going to be tight, but it's going to be sunny,
Mm-hmm.
and it's on national TV, and Memphis does well on national TV. I'm going to put my faith in the Memphis offense and come back with about a 3-point win.
Whoa, a 3-point win. Actually, I'm kind of wondering, what's the line? Have you seen the line on this one?
I have not checked the line yet. I normally check that late in the year, but more than likely Cincinnati will be favored by about 5.
Huh.
Because they're at home.
I'm kind of curious. I'm going to pull it. I just found it. Ooh, Cincinnati is 6.5-point favorite. I think I like this Memphis team. Yes, they are on the road. It's going to be an 11 a.m. kickoff. It's national television, like you said, and I can't wait to see this bad boy. It is going to be huge. It's on Halloween, Saturday, October 31st. Halloween is still on October 31st, right? Because I didn't actually look that up.
Yeah, for those who celebrate.
Okay.
Yes, it is.
See, I was like, my daughters are finally, they don't trick or treat really anymore, so I know that I don't have to do it. But I always thought it was on the 31st. I'm just told to be where my wife tells me to be.
It's getting thrown off because a lot of people going to Zubu, the kids and everything. So Halloween's becoming a week-long thing for some people.
Yeah, that is true, man. I remember back when I was young, I used to party for Halloween. I love those costume parties. Oh my goodness! Speaking of that. Is there any chance that maybe there's too much partying going on in Cincinnati, and the fact that Memphis is on the road, it could actually be a good thing?
Revenge. They're not going to party unless they beat Memphis. It's all business for both teams this week.
Memphis didn't get in the top 25. How BS is
that
this?
That was very disrespectful because Memphis was ranked 26th last week.
Yes.
And 5 teams lost. And then teams like Indiana, because Purdue going to
Penn State, man.
Right. But they getting Big Ten respect after 1 week. Come on now. That's crazy. That's just a lack of respect for the American and what they've done in the past. In Memphis, only loss has been to a top 25 team, and they don't give them respect for that. And they played 4 games. Right. It's crazy.
Man, it is crazy. And I'm so glad somebody finally said this. Listen, Penn State lost. Memphis was 26th last week. They're 26th this week.
Right.
I'm like, what? Wait. They beat Central Florida. Did Central Florida not have a good game this week and win, or did I miss something?
Yeah, they won. They won down in Tulane, of course.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
It is crazy. And anyway, Cincinnati, and I just don't understand why you wouldn't want to see 2 ranked teams playing each other on national TV. But I don't know. I thought for sure I would have lost a lot of money because I said last week if Memphis wins, we're going to have a ranked team, Cincinnati, playing Memphis on national TV on Halloween. It's going to be awesome. Good thing I didn't bet on that bad boy because I would have lost that one.
Right. You and everybody in Memphis said that because that's the normal thing. If you're 26 and 4 teams ahead of you lose, you're going in the top 25, period.
I'm with you now. I got to ask you real quick and really, really, really fast because we got to go. But Terry, everybody needs to follow you at TerryD515. That's at TerryD515 on Twitter. Read his work over at the Tri-State Defender. He's a Memphis man. He loves the Memphis Tigers, football, basketball, all that crazy stuff. Now, one of the craziest things that happened this week, and I just want to know, are you shocked like I am? When I read the news that Sean Miller in Arizona got 9 violations, 5 level 1. I literally said, that's it? Like, did you look at the FBI stuff? That's all they got?
And watch them get out of every last one of them.
Man, the IARP is going to take over and do this thing. By the way, are they going to ever make these decisions? Is the IARP going to be fair with Memphis?
I still think they're going to be fair. And it's a tragedy that they're taking so long to, do this. I know the reason with DeAndre Williams is Evansville is dragging their feet because they were mad that he left, and that's on them, and they're slowing it down. But the IRP should have made a decision on Memphis because they supposed to have made a decision back in the summertime, and And we going into almost Christmas. Come on.
Yep.
That's just irresponsible. They got to do something.
Yes,
you know?
and I know. And don't start moving on to these bigger cases. Get Memphis done before you move on to Sean Miller and Kansas and Arizona and all these crazy people. But anyway, man, that was kind of wild. But, hey, have a great weekend. Tigers, Cincinnati, Halloween, early in Cincinnati. I think it's going to be awesome. Tigers going to get the W by 3, right?
At least.
Yes, at least. That's my man, Terry Davis. Give him a follow. We'll talk again next Monday, Terry.
Love you, brother.
Love you, brother. Man, hey, by the way, I love all y'all. So what do y'all need to do? Make sure you go to the man that's going to take care of you. That's MemphisFarmers.com. Chad Gatlin. And guess what? He's going to take care of your family. He's going to take care of your automobile. If you have a problem with your house or anything that you might rent, and the next thing you know, it's flooded or there's a fire or somebody breaks in, he'll take care of anything. If you have issues, MemphisFarmers.com, Chad Gatlin, he has your back. Check him out at MemphisFarmers.com. Give him a call at 901-235-1176. That's 235-1176. MemphisFarmers.com, my buddy Chad Gatlin. Sports 56, 98.5, 96.1 FM.
Listen online anywhere, anytime at sports56whbq.com.
Brian Elder's Roofing Solutions.
Chris Price here for Brian Elder Roofing. The storms we've had over the past several months have been devastating to our communities. The rainy season is ahead. You may have not even noticed the dripping in your attic, water stains throughout your home, or even worse, mold and mildew. Please call Brian Elder Roofing and we will send out our project managers to assess any damage. We will not try to sell you a roof if all you need is a repair. We will measure your roof from outer space. 0% for 60 months, even no payments till 2022 are available with approved credit. If you've noticed missing shingles, water stains, leaks in your roof, call us before you call your insurance company at 867-0303. That's 867-0303, and we will provide a free, thorough inspection of your roof's condition.
Call 867-0303. Brian Elder's Roofing Solutions.
Have you been to Burlington lately? They have incredible deals on amazing brands and styles at up to 60% off other retailers' prices. No coupons or sales, just fabulous values every single day. It's a treasure hunt with new bargains always arriving and savings that'll surprise you. At Burlington, you get more for less. From seasonal style to cozying up your home, this is your one-stop shop for fall. Go to Burlington.com to find your store. Burlington, love the deals.
Hey, Tiger fans, this is John Stacy of the Wolf Chase Honda Blue and Gray Show. You can hear Drew Barrett and I talk Tigers with Tigers every Sunday at 5 right here on Sports 56, 98.5, and 96.1. You never know which Tigers great we'll have in the studio with us either. We'll get them to call in, too. We are your go-to show for Memphis Tigers football. We are the show to talk Tigers with Tigers. That's the Wolf Chase Honda Blue and Gray Show right here on Sports 56, 98.5, and 96.1.
All 75 Mazda 2.99, Mirage, LHO 10129, G4, LHF 07863, Eclipse, LZO 15893, includes all rebates and incentives, PF 695, excludes tax title and license with approved credit. See dealer for complete details. Offer valid through 11/1/2020 with approved credit, dealer stock only.
How about a brand new ride that gets 43 MPG highway, seats 5, plus costs less than $4 a day? We Gossett at Gossett Mitsubishi on the Pike. 2020 Mitsubishi Mirage, buy for $11,100 or $99 a month. 2020 G4, 41 MPG highway, $139 a month, or buy for $12,435. And 2020 Mitsubishi Eclipse Cross, $19,107 or $229 a month. Plus confidence today, tomorrow, and long into the future with a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty. Mirage, $99 a month. Mirage G4, $139 a month. And Eclipse Cross, $229 a month. Get to Gossett Mitsubishi today, 1870 Covington Pike, or shop online at memphismitsubishi.com.
If you want it, we got it at Gossett Motor Cars.
Jay Farner here, CEO of Rocket Mortgage. Making the right financial decisions has never been more important. When you turn to Rocket Mortgage, we can help guide you to those right decisions now, when they matter most. Mortgage rates are near historic lows, so now is a great time to call 8338-ROCKET. And if you need some extra money, a cash-out refinance could give you that financial boost you're looking for. Call today at 8338-ROCKET or go to rocketmortgage.com to learn more.
Call for cost information and conditions. Equal housing lender. Licensed in all 50 states and MLS number 3030.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Happy Hour with Johnny Radio.
Kick it over here.
This hour is brought to you by MemphisFarmers.com. Insurance coverage backed by a local agent and a brand trusted nationwide. We are farmers. MemphisFarmers.com.
Thick and thin, I'm your pusher man. I'm your pusher man.
Man, I gotta say, we got some really good texters today at 67129. That's 67129. We were talking, me and Gabe Kuhn, about John Bostic's hit on Andy Dalton. I was disgusted by Bostic, but I wanted to throw up. I thought of the whole offensive line as a bunch of odious ogres who don't know their head from their you-know-what. I wanted to you gotta be kidding me. They're disgusting. Like, you just watched a dude light up your quarterback, and you just walked back, and they're like, hey, man, he looks like he's knocked out. And they didn't do anything to Bostic. And a texter at 67129, though, comes in, and I agree with him. He says, a malicious, uncalled for, helmet-to-helmet hit in today's NFL, with all the stuff we know, should be a mandatory 1-year suspension. This has to stop. I'm kind of melting a couple of these texts together. So if you're a texter out there and you're like, dude, he kind of read my text, there's a couple people who agree with you, so I kind of mixed them together. And then there's another one here that says there should have been at least 1 or 2 offensive linemen ejected with Bostic. And then he says something I can't say on the air because I agree with him. What the heck is going on here? Like, how can you play a game like football? Your job is to protect your quarterback. Your job is to protect your quarterback. He gets smoked, and you just stand there. I just don't understand that. And then it says, it seems rather clear, for whatever reasons, the Cowboys have opted out for the season. I agree with that, too. When you get beat by the Washington football team, not just beat, but embarrassed, it's really bad. When you have infighting, it's really bad. And I'm going to make a statement right here. Do you know what's even worse? When you get a new coach who makes Jason Garrett look like a great coach, you're really bad. Mike McCarthy, go ahead and get that axe. Go ahead and chop it. Do me a favor, Jerry Jones. You're rich. You need to go get you a real coach. And by the way, you and your son need to get out of the GM box and go just sit there and drink Cristal and watch America's team and be a fan. Because guess how many titles you got since you got rid of your, your golden goose? Not really jack. So it's been a long time since the Cowboys were good. But, hey, the Dodgers haven't won since '88. They're only 1 win away, 3-2 in the series. So anything is possible. And Clayton Kershaw, who's been basically this generation's best pitcher, but wasn't looked at as a Verlander or as a Max Scherzer, because he didn't have the title. Wasn't looked at as Madison Bumgarner because he didn't have all those titles and wasn't, big in the postseason. In fact, he had the moniker of best pitcher except for in the big games. You'll bet anything on Kershaw during the regular season, but during the postseason, you aren't taking him. Well, right now, he is dominating like nobody's business, and this is going to get him, I think, off the schneid. And guess what else? Clayton Kershaw now has the most career postseason strikeouts in history, passing Justin Verlander, John Smoltz, Andy Pettitte, and Roger Clemens. You think of those 4 guys as big game pitchers. Clayton Kershaw, he's going to be up there as well. And he has also 189 innings pitched in postseason, which is 6th most all-time with 207 Ks. Pretty awesome. Clayton Kershaw, the Dodgers, tomorrow night, are they going to get it done? I think so. First one since '88. Tampa Bay's been playing well, though. You got to get a Rosarena and Lau and all those guys out. It's going to take all 27 outs unless Manny Margot decides to steal home again. By the way, 67129, was he safe or was he out? I'll talk about that on the other side, plus a whole lot of NFL and college football with the man, the myth, the living legend. That's right, Gabe Kuhn. Don't touch that dial. Sports 56, 98.5, 96.1 FM.
Brian Smith, we love the one and only Lexus dealership in Memphis.
Thanks, Stats. The fall months are always the best time to shop for both new and pre-owned cars. We're right in the middle of model year end change. The 2020s have got to go to make room for the new 2021 models, and we continue to trade for the best pre-owned cars in the city, all makes and models.
Service is one of y'all's hallmarks.
Our award-winning service department is adhering to all socially distanced safety precautions.
You can experience amazing at Lexus of Memphis at 2600 Ridgeway and online at lexusofmemphis.com.
Looking for some action on your favorite games? Action247.com is at your service. Action 24/7 free-to-play games are brought to you by Tennesseans for Tennesseans. Come play with us online at Action247.com. Our free-to-play games are fun and easy. Go to Action247.com and click Let's Play. And best of all, you can win cash prizes. That's right, cash prizes. Free to play online at Action247.com. You got action.
36-month leases, $31.49 due at signing, 0 security deposit, excludes ACQ fee, $10,000 per year, 20 cents excess mileage, $650 acquisition fee, Forte ME 275,992, MSRP 20,510, Soul L706 3372, MSRP 21,885, K5 MG 003,199, MSRP 25,725, K900 MSRP 65,610, L60 26,907, L60 21,220, includes all rebates and incentives, PF 695, excludes tax title and license with approved credit. See dealer for complete details. Offer valid through 11/1/2020, dealer stock only. Warranty is a limited powertrain warranty. See Kia.com or retailer for details. Where can you find best mass market branded initial quality? 5 years running for Kia with J.D. Powers. We Gossett and Gossett Kia on Mount Moriah. Take your pick, 2021 Kia Forte or 2020 Kia Soul. $149 a month lease, 36 months. 2021 Kia K5 beats Toyota Camry with more passenger cargo headroom and legroom volume, plus a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. $189 a month lease for 36 months, all just $31.49 due at signing. Plus 2020 K900, $10,000 off MSRP. So come get happy at Gossett Kia, 2680 Mount Moriah or KiaMountMoriah.com.
If you want it, we got it at Gossett Motor Cars.
Hey Tennessee, sports betting is almost here and FanDuel Sportsbook is giving you an exclusive offer to get started. Right now, FanDuel Sportsbook is giving users $50 in free site credit to register and verify early, no deposit required. FanDuel is America's #1 sports betting site for a reason. They've got odds on all the biggest sports in a simple, intuitive app that makes it easy to find the bet you're looking for, then lock it in. And unlike other sports books, once you win, FanDuel gets you your cash in as little as 24 hours. Why? Because it's the right thing to do. Download the FanDuel Sportsbook app and check out their fantastic app for yourself. Just be sure to sign up and register using promo code CASH so they know we sent you when you verify your account, and you'll receive $50 in site credit when FanDuel Sportsbook is live. That's promo code CASH to get $50 in site credit when FanDuel Sportsbook is live.
21 plus in present Tennessee. Site credit is non-withdrawable and expires 7 days after receipt. Terms apply. See sportsbook.fanduel.com for details. Gambling problem? Call Redline 1-800-889-9789.
Buy your next car or truck at Streamline Auto Smart. Your next smart decision. All credit welcome. Drive off in your new, low-mileage, pre-owned car or truck. From low-end cars to the most luxurious sports car. Ask about the 48-hour vehicle locator. Let Streamline Auto Smart do the looking for you. Close your deal within 1 hour. No waiting. It's quick and easy at Streamline Auto Smart. Your next smart decision. 2558 Mount Moriah. Call Streamline Auto Smart 901-235-8845. Your next smart decision.
Central Barbecue is committed to the health and safety of this community, who has supported Central for almost 20 years. Central Barbecue is still open for business with to-go and delivery options to serve the greater Memphis area with the same great barbecue you have come to know and love. With 4 locations to serve you, from downtown, midtown, and East Memphis, you can order your favorite barbecue and enjoy everything on the menu in the comfort of your own home. Call your nearest Central Barbecue location for more information on delivery and to-go options today.
We are Sports 56 WHBQ Memphis, W253DF Memphis, and WIVG Tunica Memphis. Flynn Broadcasting Stations. Now back to Johnny Radio's Happy Hour. Here we go. On Sports 56 and 87.7 FM.
What is up? Welcome back to the little Sports 56 Happy Hour. Your good buddy Johnny Radio. I'm chilling here in the Family Leisure Studio where family and fun come together. Don't forget, 2120 Whitten Road, just north of I-40, Family Leisure. Go check them out, man. They can do everything, and right now they got the world's biggest spa sale. Hey, the holidays are coming. Get ready. Think about something cool, man. Family Leisure. They give you the Family Leisure Studios. Me and Gabe are chilling out. We're about to talk about some serious football. But I also have to remind you, we have Hardwood going at 2:30 today. And guess what? There's something on the moon. Did you know NASA announced it? I will tell you at 2:30. Nope, not till 2:30 during Hardwood. Unless you go Google it and don't do that. I got you at 2:30. Also, I told y'all a little bit. Sean Miller, wow, I can't wait to just read all the allegations against Arizona. It's pretty interesting. And then again, I got to talk about Miles Brennan. Did he get Wally pipped? And just Brett Phillips. I'll mention something about him. The guy's a hero for the Rays. The way he just kept believing, I think that's a pretty interesting story. And then there's just so many other things that we got to talk about that's pretty crazy from walk-ons. Did you see that walk-on kid for what was that, Wake Forest?
Yep, got the upset over
Virginia Tech. Yeah, man.
He had 3 picks.
3 picks, and the game-sealing pick, too. And the guys, basically went Rudy Rudiger on the young man, picked him up, and were screaming, Scully, Scully, give him a scholarship. Yeah, whatever, man, dude. It was awesome. The kid's going to get one. And, from walk-on, true freshman walk-on to 3 interceptions in one game and sealing the game, we got a lot of stuff to talk about during Hardwood. But first and foremost, I got to get to some real-deal Holyfield football. Mr. Gabe Kuhn, first thing that I want to start with is Odell Beckham Jr. Very, very disappointed and sad that he's going to be out for the season with a torn ACL. Sad for him in so many regards. One, he has not been the guy since he left New York. I don't know why, but he has not been the superstar. And he wasn't. It didn't make him a winner when he was in New York either. He's 27 years of age. I don't know how many people know that. He is 27 years of age. Do you know what he will be on November 5th? 28. Do you know what happens next year? It's his last year of his deal. So he'll be looking for another deal at 29 years old? Uh-oh. And he's coming back from a torn ACL and won't be able to play next year probably?
And his career low seasons, too.
That's what I'm saying. Has Odell Beckham Jr. gone from the greatest wide receiver, the best talent in the whole wide world, to is he just going to be another dude?
He'll get a shot somewhere. I think he's a guy that's going to be pretty resilient through these type of things. He's super athletic, runs good routes. But again, I mean, his value is diminished. Let's just be completely honest. Gone through 2 season-ending injuries at this point in his career, coming off 2 relatively bad years. His value is going to be down, and that's just the truth of the matter. Will he get a shot somewhere? Yes. Will he take advantage? That's going to be something we need to see.
Do you think the Browns and Kevin Stefanski want to bring him back?
Here's the thing, and we're going to have this conversation. We're going to go there with this. It depends on how they look the rest of the season, because here's the truth of the matter. It's devastating what happened to him. I'm not taking that away at all. But they looked way better on offense without him. And I have a reason behind why I think that is.
And I think I answered it for you, too. Yeah. You asked me the same thing.
And the Browns have not been a perfect fit. And I say that because they have tried to force feed him since he's been there. Freddie Kitchens did it. Kevin Stefanski's done it. Baker Mayfield definitely feels a certain pressure to throw him the ball and get him the ball. And I think when Baker had that pressure lifted off his shoulders, he threw 4 TDs in the second half. Now, that is a small bit of information that we see. It's just a half of football. But if we go forward through the rest of this year and we see a different Baker Mayfield, I think that may be the root of why he wasn't playing as well and why OBJ wasn't able to put up the numbers that he had been in New York.
And I'm going to say this. I actually watched my man Dan Orlovsky, the one who ran out of the back of the end zone. Thank you. That when Gabe reminded me of that, I was
again,
like,
it's so funny because, look, of course, I take his – I think he's got really good he talks really well about QBs.
He does.
He breaks it down really well. But it's always funny.
He had hit out of the park today.
It's always funny to think he's the guy that's
ran
talking
out
about
of the back of the
QB
end
play
zone.
and he ran out of the back. But, teach their own.
But he made a great point today. After that first interception, where OBJ got hurt, and if you go back and you look at their the weeks before and previous, I mean, this is a running football team, and the reason I think Baker Mayfield has not been as successful because his eyes have been constantly geared towards trying to get OBJ the football. And the rest of the ball game after Odell Beckham Jr. got hurt, there was a great the thing they showed on television, and it was by Dan Orlovsky, and he walks up and he shows it before the touchdown pass. He scans from the right all the way to the left, and he sees he's got single coverage all the way across, 2 high safety. So that basically you think that they're going to be going to the corner, you're going to take the seams. He sees that, the strong safety starts to walk down, the other safety starts to walk back, so it's single high safety. Guess what that means? You want to with your eyes move the safety to one side of the field, and then you go to the other. He knew it was man-to-man. He knew he had Donovan Peoples-Jones man-to-man out there. He drops back. He looks all the way left, comes back right once the safety moves to the left, and goes one-on-one with Donovan Peoples-Jones. He throws a perfect strike. Only his dude can catch it. He makes the catch, touchdown. And you know what? When he actually reads defenses and doesn't force anybody to the ball, he threw 6 balls to Rashad Higgins, 5 to Landry, 4 to Bryant, 3 to Peoples-Jones, 3 to Hunt, 3 to Njoku.
So you mean when he's not forcing the ball, he might be a little bit accurate? I think that's what we're figuring out. And again, like if you're an opposing defense and you watch the film, off top, I know from watching a Cleveland Browns game that they're going to force touches for Odell Beckham.
Yep,
they force it. They do end arounds. They do screen passes. They try to get him downfield.
Throws. Landry throws the ball
slants.
to him.
I mean, they force feed him the ball, and when he's not in the lineup to force feed, you see Rashard Higgins step up and have 110 yards receiving. You see Harrison Bryant, their backup tight end, come in and get 2 TDs. Jarvis Landry is already a good receiver. Donovan Peoples-Jones has some height. They have the weapons to do it without OBJ, and it's just interesting. I think it's really interesting to see the difference yesterday in that half without OBJ as opposed to all the games we saw with OBJ before that.
Man, it is absolutely crazy to think all about this right here, that, Baker Mayfield goes out there, throws the interception. Odell Beckham Jr. gets injured. After that, my man goes 22 for 27 for 316 yards.
Unconscious,
spreading the ball all over the field, and then throws a dead-gum dime after Joe Burrow tried to stake a heart. And by the way, Joe Burrow is playing
He was no slouch himself, man.
Football, 406 yards, 3 touchdowns, an interception. He's a first overall pick, just like Mayfield. They're both in Ohio. This is kind of competitive, and Joe Burrow came out and I thought gave him the knockout blow, but Baker Mayfield bounced back, comes out there and ended up throwing his 5th touchdown of the day, and the Browns got a very important W.
And if you're the Browns, you got to be pretty happy because a confident Baker Mayfield is a good Baker Mayfield. We've seen him when he lacks confidence.
Does he need to be the alpha dog of the team? Because I feel like Odell Beckham Jr. was the alpha dog of the team, and now that he's the alpha dog, it just suits him almost better. Do you know what I'm saying? When he's in charge,
I think
like when you got somebody chirping in his ear, again, he's not reading defenses. When he's the alpha dog, he's out there telling everybody what to do, get here, and he's reading and he's taking in information, and guess what? He's accurate with the football.
There's something to be said about a quarterback taking over and a quarterback being the leader of the offense, whereas before I didn't think he was. But after watching this half of football, and again, we say this based off a half of football against the Bengals, but it was seriously night and day. Like if you go watch the film and break it down, it was night and day Baker Mayfield's performance, and I was very impressed. Very impressed.
Now, we're going to have a little bit of fun because we're going to stick in this area real quick. Since we started with a little NFL action, I'm going to go to college in just a minute, but I have to bring up this because this hurts. Dude, how bad was that for Todd Gurley to fall in there? And I have to ask it, like, if you're Arthur Blank, would you just walked over and said, hey, Dan, please don't do me a favor and get back on the plane. You're fired. Like, come on, man. It feels to me, Gabe.
What do you mean? Okay. Dan's fired.
I know that. What I'm saying. No. I'm saying I meant every single person related to him. I'm talking about. I'm sorry.
The whole team. You're fired.
No. The whole coaching staff. Because what I'm trying to say is there's ever since they lost that Super Bowl, inside that soul of that team, and every person that comes back from that has now found a way to lose games. They found a way to lose the Super Bowl. They found a way to fail last year. Now they have games that they have in the claws of victory, and they find ways to lose them. I mean, you can't lose that game. Todd Gurley's a smart player. We've watched him run and then run down the sideline against the very same Lions. And guess what? He falls down, and they win the game. Todd Gurley falls in the end zone. A lot of people are saying, oh, his acceleration, he just fell into the end zone. Dude, he had to know unequivocally that you cannot score. Like, whatever you do, you cannot run into the end zone. Once he rushed through the line and busted one, fall down, don't even hit the second guy.
This is kind of funny that I'm about to bring this up. But you want to hear a conspiracy theory real quick?
Uh-oh.
I know you
I love conspiracy.
Okay, here we go.
Is this a
Todd
family
Gurley
one?
actually has a something in his contract. He has an incentive in his contract saying that if he scores 10 touchdowns or more, he gets $500,000.
Oh, no.
But no, I'm not saying that. But no, the truth of the matter is the Falcons should be 4-3 right now. They should have beat the Cowboys, had no business losing that. Should have beat the Bears, had no business losing that. And then this week, the Lions, they had absolutely no business. You're up. Don't score the touchdown, Todd Gurley. That's it. That's it. And you win the game.
You're right. And let me just tell you something. Raheem Morris, Dan Quinn's gone. Every person that was a part of that Super Bowl, and I'm not talking about the players and Julio Jones, but, man, you know what? I might be looking for somebody in Matty Ice, and that defense, I'm changing a lot.
Everyone knows, everyone who's played football, everyone who's played competitive sports, you can learn how to lose.
And now that's all they know how to do.
That's all they know how to do at this point.
It's ingrained in them, and I feel like
if you clean, I agree, clean house.
You
so you have none of that bad blood, bad juju on you anymore.
You own Home Depot. Aren't you the man that remodels houses? You need to remodel your football team and your ways because you are a bunch of losers. You have literally found 3 games in one season. Dude, everybody thought the game you lost to the Cowboys was impossible. No, this week was impossible. This would have been the one where if I was Arthur Blank, did you see him, by the way, standing on the sideline? I would have been like, if you knew Dan Quinn, everybody line up, you're cut or fired. Out the door. Sorry, Julio. Me and Julio down by the schoolyard. No, I'm just kidding. Dude, I'm just telling you, I can't take it. If you're an Atlanta fan, if you're watching them play, every time they lose a game like that, it has to take you back to the Super Bowl. And the pain of losing to the Patriots and Tom Brady, having it ripped from you after celebrating and dancing. I knew a dude who got so drunk during the halftime,
me
he
too.
passed out. He woke up the next day and still thought Atlanta was the Super Bowl champs. He did not believe me. Do you talk about a hard conversation with somebody? Like, dude, you didn't win your money. That ticket's worthless, and they really did found a way to lose. I spent $500 last night. Yeah, and now you don't have any money either.
my buddy was with his family, and they took a bunch of shots at halftime, and then had to watch that collapse. But you got to scrub it clean of anybody who was there because they just know how to lose now, and it's very, very evidently clear
because of Atlanta and because of the stench on Dan Quinn. And I know that he was a champion when he was with the Seahawks. Trust me, I know about this defense. I know why he came from Seattle to Atlanta. And guess what? He got them to the Super Bowl. But then he had the worst halftime of any coach, anybody in the world, because that team came back not ready to play. And, yes, a lot of people want to say, hey, well, what about Shanahan? Does he get any does he – well, yeah, he does deserve a little fault. But guess what? He's in San Francisco, and they kicking people's teeth in. Did you see George Kittle on tight end day? Boom, boom, boom. By the way, you know that was a self-proclaimed day by George Kittle. It's not really a day, but I thought that was pretty good. On his self-proclaimed day, did you see how much he dominated? So Shanahan has somehow got that stench off of him, but Atlanta is living in it. And if you're Atlanta right now, I'm sorry. You have to. Arthur Blank, you own Home Depot again. Clean house.
How numb are Atlanta sports fans at this point? Though,
About as numb as New York fan.
So numb.
New York Knicks, New York Jet, New York Giant, New York fan.
Braves gave up a 3-1 lead.
Yeah.
Yeah, you forgot about that, didn't you?
Oh, yeah, I wasn't thinking about that.
Falcons just give up every lead. They can't win a game. What else we got? The Hawks.
Who are
they lost their hockey team.
Are they still playing NBA down in Atlanta? That's the Hawks? I'm just kidding.
Kind of.
Oh, they shoot 3-pointers, though.
They sure do.
Oh, man. It's sad, but then the last thing I got to ask you before I get to college, AFC East or NFC East? which division is worse, the AFC East or the NFC East?
NFC East.
I think you're right. I do agree with you.
I don't know if it's close. The NFC East doesn't have the Bills. Like, right? So, like, the Bills are at least a winning football team.
Man, the way they looked against the Jets this weekend, they kicked 5.
Whatever.
They didn't score a touchdown.
The best team in the NFC East. And I'm saying the best team is 2-4-1, John. They're 2 games under 500. You can't, no. Like, I can't give them any. If you don't have a winning football team in your division, you're the worst.
Can I ask you something, though? How embarrassing is it for the NFC East and the AFC East that somebody's going to make the playoffs? Because I'm sorry, the Bills had lost 2 straight games, and they should have almost lost to the New York bleeping Jets, yo. Like, their game was so bad. And by the way, did you see how many yards they got? And then when they would get into the red zone, what was that yesterday? That's the worst red zone football I think I've ever seen. And the Bills, and they were playing the Jets, mind you. They were playing the Jets. The Bills have gone from 3-0 to now 5-2, and me thinking that they were once a contender to I think they're the biggest pretender in the AFC.
My favorite stat about that game is they didn't punt once. Did you know that? The Bills?
No, they
didn't.
Are
punt.
you serious?
Didn't punt a single time. Their kicker went 6 for 8.
And they didn't
punt.
score a touchdown?
Didn't score a touchdown. Didn't punt once. Went 6 for 8 from
never
the,
happened,
from field.
right?
I don't know. It may have.
I mean, they are cursed. You know, they had
have.
a 0 in the first quarter and then 6, 6, 6, second, third, fourth. That's why he missed.
They're going to lose every game for the rest of the season.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm kind of asking this question, because I think the Bills are doomed, dude. You didn't notice that, did you?
I didn't.
I noticed weird things
You
like
just disturbed me. Let's
yeah,
move on.
It's scary. It's very
Let's
scary.
move on
Right
now.
here the week before Halloween, okay? Now, they are a bunch of jokes. But now I'm going to ask you, because we're going to talk a little more NFL tomorrow. We're going to talk about what happened with, we're going to talk Titans, Bucks, all these things. Me and Gabe are going to give you our top 5 that we do every single week. But right now, I got to go and ask back this question. We're going to get on this, and then we're going to jump off. Is there another team in college football that is even close to Alabama, close to Clemson, and close to Ohio State, like for that 4th chair at the table for the BCS?
We're talking close?
I mean, for the
Close. I say the
Final Four, not
closest.
BCS.
I'd say the closest.
Who's the closest? 'Cause
Georgia.
I don't see anybody. Really?
Closest.
That scares me.
But again, that's a huge gap. Right now, you have Notre Dame at number 4. I don't believe in Notre Dame.
I don't believe in Notre Dame at all.
Oklahoma State, they play too many close games. Cincinnati has moved up to 7th.
Mullet Man is not going to make it very far.
What? Who would you say? I'd have to
don't
say
know.
Georgia when we're talking about outside of those 3 teams, but they're not close, really. They don't have their quarterback
the fact
situation
that Notre
ironed
Dame
out.
and Ohio State are the highest ranked teams, and Cincinnati's are also right there at 7. Like, think about that. I mean, BYU might be creeping up into this conversation before the year's over. If teams keep cannibalizing each other, and Mac Jones, by the way, we talked about this. Justin Fields making himself look as good as Trevor Lawrence. If I'm an NFL quarterback and if I can get him later in their thing, I like Mac Jones.
What are your thoughts on Wisconsin this year so far, based on that Illinois
That
game?
Illinois team got whacked.
No, granted,
way late.
but
their
this is-
offense looked better. Yes, they have a quarterback. Okay,
Yes, Graham Mertz solid, but he had, by the way,
5 touchdowns.
positive for COVID-19 too.
What?
Yeah, so
Hold on, timeout. Back
Yep,
this up. We
that
gotta roll
might
the tape.
ruin that might ruin their season. To be completely honest,
I know. I just went
now.
home. The kid who just had 5
Yes,
touchdowns.
the kid who went 20 for 21 with 5 touchdowns, the best quarterback we've probably
I
seen
was
in
getting
Wisconsin
ready
for
to
quite a
say-
while, tested positive for COVID-19 according to his coach. They're going to go back for other tests to see if it was a false positive, but as of right this second, his first test was positive.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Paul Christ has got to be besides himself. I mean, what do you think Paul's thinking? This is like
season's down the drain.
My best team I've ever had, because this is Penn State loses. You know what I mean? Penn State, by the way, they went Todd Gurley. Did you see the dude score for Penn State too?
Wait, which one?
Did you not see him just run in the end zone when he could have fallen down? That's the only way that Penn State could have lost.
That final call though, where Penix went to the corner of the end zone.
I don't know, man.
I think it was the right call to have it stand.
I do too,
but it was close.
It was close. Listen, it was close. And again, it shouldn't have been in that position though. Like, we've had this was a weird weekend in football. This was an insane weekend of football. And by the way, poor Paul Chris, you're being dead serious. His quarterback, the only guy, I have to say, my man Graham Mertz was not Justin Fields, but he was dead-gum close. And Joe Milton, I thought, was right under Graham. I thought these were the 3 best quarterbacks that I've seen out of the Big Ten combined in a while. Like, they were balling. And you're telling me that the second best dude,
Yes.
probably the second best team, he's done.
Here's the latest update as of 2 hours ago. Wisconsin coach Paul Chryst is staying quiet on Mertz's status.
Wow.
So he tested positive, and they have not made a comment since then.
And he was, by the way, he only missed one guy, 20 of 21 for 250 yards, 5 touchdown passes. Dude was balling. But I asked you a question. Is Mac Jones, let's just be, I'm being serious. I know. Look, and by the way, so we mentioned Odell Beckham, Jalen Waddell. Holy, I just wanted to throw up on a kickoff. I mean, it was 9 yards deep. I know he's talented. I wish he just didn't bring it out. Like, dang.
Saban said that, too. People were getting on Saban about that. Saban said after the game that he shouldn't have taken it out. Obviously, he feels bad, but he did
I'm
say
not
that.
the coach of the football team.
I
So
know,
can
but
say
that's
that.
Saban said he probably shouldn't have taken it out.
Oh, man. Oh, that's not. Oh, okay. Well, that almost makes me want to shut my mouth now that somebody else already said it like that. Poor guy, though. And the thing is how much money did he cost himself?
A lot.
That's what I was thinking,
A
too.
whole lot.
That's the
That's
thing
a
that
first-
breaks my
that's-
heart because he was going to be
Maybe first
the
receiver
first
off the board.
receiver off the board, yeah. I mean,
Maybe.
nobody runs as fast as that dude.
And he
But,
runs good routes.
Dude, but let's be honest, man. How many wide receivers does Alabama have? Like, who in the heck was that John guy? What was that?
Mechie.
Where did he come from?
John Mechie. Let's see who else they got. Slade Bolden.
Dude,
Devontae's still there.
listen.
Why are we forgetting about Devontae Smith?
No, he's their best player. I mean, he's a guy who's going to be. I mean, let's be real. He could be. He's still the guy who could be. He could be the first pick off the board at wide receiver. Realistically, he's up there. Shoot, I think doesn't he lead the team in receptions and yards? this year?
He gives me a Justin Jefferson vibe. I could see that, but I don't know if first off because like he's not overly fast and everything like that. But
How many? He's
this
got
John
45
Mechie guy,
receptions, 556 yards, 4 touchdowns.
this kid, John Mechie is showing up too. He had 151 against Tennessee.
By the way, Tennessee. Let's just be real. Jeremy Pruitt. Do you realize that you are not there yet? What is up with that? Tennessee. Can we be honest about this, Tennessee? And can y'all ask yourself this question, Tennessee? And I'm talking to anybody out there who wants to answer this question. Why is it that you beat up everybody but Florida, Alabama? Let's see. Who else do you not beat? Georgia? Who else would it be important for Tennessee to win that Jeremy Pruitt has never beaten? Oh, that's about it because I can tell you this. Georgia, Florida, Alabama. Guess what? 0-8. That's bagel and 8, Jeremy Pruitt, in your career against Georgia, Florida, and Alabama. In fact, the closest game you had was a 22-point loss to Alabama last year. That was the closest that you've been in those 8 games. Think about that, Tennessee fan, because you got shellacked by 31 this weekend to Alabama. But that's only like the third.
And then they were shellacked last week by Kentucky. And did you see Kentucky this week?
That was embarrassing.
20-10, loses to Mizzou, and only had 16 minutes of possession time. They only had 145 yards of offense. They only ran 36 offensive plays. And Tennessee could not beat that team. In fact, got killed by that team.
Yeah, that defense held them to absolutely nothing. And by the way, how good is Missouri the biggest shocker this year in the SEC?
They're decent. They're decent. They're still sort of young. They're still trying to get involved, but they have surprised me.
Dude,
they have surprised me.
I was going to say I had them
a lot.
Almost like winning 2 games. They're 2-2 in the SEC. They've won some big games, and again, Connor Bazelak is a lot better than people give him credit. That defense, which I thought was awful the last couple of years, is a lot better. And Larry Roundtree, oh yeah, he can run the daggum football, can he?
Well, they gave him a lot of chances this weekend
What,
for
they gave
sure.
him like 35?
37.
37
times he ran the ball.
attempts? All right, now don't kill the kid, okay? This kid, by the way, he's still in bed. He's probably still in bed. Speaking of being in bed, oh, man, how nice would that be? But I'll tell you one thing. If you need to sell your house to move your bed because you're moving on up, 901-406-1101. That's 901-406-1101. Move that crib somewhere else. Get rid of the crib, 901-406-1101. Any house, any area, as simple as that. You got a house Or maybe you're renting, and right now you can't get your rent. It's a pain in the keister. You got like a couple properties. Get rid of them all at once. 901-406-1101. That's 901-406-1101. Again, any house, I don't care if you're in Southwind, South Memphis, North Mississippi, anywhere in between. Give us a call at 901-406-1101. Bill at I Buy Them Houses. We'll be back in 2 shakes with the funniest part of the day. We're going to go to Hardwood. That's right. Sports 56, 98.5, 96.1 FM.
Memphis Tiger fans, catch the Blue and Gray Show with John Stacy and Drew Barrett, Sunday nights from 5 till 7, right here on Sports 56, 98.5, and 96.1.
Brian Elder's Roofing Solutions.
Chris Price here for Brian Elder Roofing. The storms we've had over the past several months have been devastating to our communities. The rainy season is ahead. You may have not even noticed the dripping in your attic, water stains throughout your home, or even worse, mold and mildew. Please call Brian Elder Roofing and we will send out our project managers to assess any damage. We will not try to sell you a roof if all you need is a repair. We will measure your roof from outer space. 0% for 60 months, even no payments till 2022 are available with approved credit. If you've noticed missing shingles, water stains, leaks in your roof, call us before you call your insurance company at 867-0303. That's 867-0303, and we will provide a free, thorough inspection of your roof's condition.
Call 867-0303. Brian Elder's Roofing Solutions.
Jim Gray from Westwood One here with a Monday Night Football preview sponsored by Prilosec OTC. Week 7 wraps up in Los Angeles with the Rams taking on the hot 5-1 Chicago Bears. Khalil Mack and the Bears defense have given up just 4 passing touchdowns in 6 games so far and are holding opponents to fewer than 20 points per game. Head coach Matt Nagy.
We have a bunch of fighters on this team, guys that fight to the end in all 3 phases. Can we be better on offense? Absolutely. But our defense and our special teams really played well, and they put us in great situations.
Aaron Donald and the 4-2 Rams are coming off a loss to the 49ers. Kevin Harlan and Hall of Famer Kurt Warner will have the call on Monday Night Football.
Remember to listen to Westwood One's coverage of the NFL all season long, right here on Sports 56, 96.1 and 87.7.
Hey, frequent heartburn may keep you from running your A game, but it doesn't have to anymore. Join the Prilosec OTC 2-week challenge. Just go to prilosecotc.com. You'll get $3 off to get you started, plus 14 days of tips, tricks, and reminders. Just 2 weeks, 0 heartburn. Go to prilosecotc.com and sign up today. 0 heartburn is possible with Prilosec OTC. Use as directed for 14 days to treat frequent heartburn, not for immediate relief.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? Of course we can help you with that oil change. Doing it yourself is a great way to save some money. Right now you can get 5 quarts of Castrol GTX high mileage motor oil and an STP oil filter for just $28.99. And we've got even more ways to get it. Just order online with our next day delivery or free same day store pickup. Getting the job done just got easier. Restrictions at AutoZone.com.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Looking for some action on your favorite games? Action247.com is at your service. Action 24/7 free-to-play games are brought to you by Tennesseans for Tennesseans. Come play with us online at Action247.com. Our free-to-play games are fun and easy. Go to Action247.com and click Let's Play. And best of all, you can win cash prizes. That's right, cash prizes. Free to play online at Action247.com. You got action.
All 75 months at 2.99, Mirage LHO 10129, G4 LHF 07863, Eclipse LZO 15893, includes all rebates and incentives, PF 695, excludes tax title and license with approved credit. See dealer for complete details. Offer valid through 11/1/2020 with approved credit, dealer stock only.
How about a brand new ride that gets 43 mpg highway, seats 5, plus costs less than $4 a day? We Gossett at Gossett Mitsubishi on the Pike. 2020 Mitsubishi Mirage, buy for $11,100 or $99 a month. 2020 G4, 41 mpg highway, $139 a month, or buy for $12,400 $135. And 2020 Mitsubishi Eclipse Cross, $19,107 or $229 a month. Plus, confidence today, tomorrow, and long into the future with a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty. Mirage, $99 a month. Mirage G4, $139 a month. And Eclipse Cross, $229 a month. Get to Gossett Mitsubishi today, 1870 Covington Pike, or shop online at memphismitsubishi.com.
If you want it, we got it at Gossett Motor Cars.
Texting enrolls you into recurring automated text messages. Message and data rates may apply. Men over 40, is your body feeling soft and not as lean? Are you losing your energy, drive, or even your passion? If so, you could be feeling the loss of growth hormone. The reality is, as early as 25, your natural production of GH begins to significantly slow down, which means you start slowing down. Well, listen to this. New GH Boost from Nugenix is the world's first and only non-prescription supplement that safely supercharges your body's GH production at night when it naturally occurs. Clinical studies show the ingredients in GH Boost can increase your body's own GH levels more than 100% in just the first 90 minutes. And right now, Nugenix is letting every man in America try a complimentary 2-week sample by texting WATCH to 231231 now. Get GH Boost and get your swagger back at the gym and in the bedroom. It's killing it at GNC, but you can only get your sample by texting WATCH to 231231. That's WATCH to 231231. Text WATCH to 231231.
In today's world, a lot is going on, but one thing is always true. You need to take care of yourself. The skin clinics can help. Age, diet, genetics, and current events can conspire to make you look and feel much older than you are. It doesn't have to be that way. Call the skin clinics and let their expertly trained nurses, estheticians, and staff choose the treatment that best suits you and your pocket. There's so much you can do. Consider skin resurfacing and rejuvenation, lash extensions and specialty brows, injectables, medical grade chemical peels, laser hair reduction, waxing, facials, makeup applications, and even services just for men. The Skin Clinics has it all in a caring, safe environment, always observing current social distancing guidelines. Go to theskinclinic.com to find out more and call today for your appointment at 901-345-SKIN. That's 901-345-SKIN. Taking care of yourself is good for you and your loved ones. Come to the Skin Clinics, 1300 Wolf Park Drive in Germantown.
Now back to Johnny Radio's Happy Hour.
Kick it over here. Kick it.
On Sports 56 and 87.7 FM. Here's your host, John Harden.
Gold and shackles, ball and chain. Listen to the whistle of the evening train.
Yo, welcome. Oh my goodness. I'm talking over Jerry Garcia. Man, what's up, man? We're back to Tennessee Jed. We're on Sports 56 Happy Hour, and I'm about to take you to Hardwood. And I will tell you one thing. Cam Newton, I thought, was going to come back at Jeff Garcia pretty strong. Did you by any chance hear any of Jeff Garcia's criticism, Mr. Gabe Kuhn?
I didn't get to hear the whole thing. I saw that Cam went back at him, though.
He actually, surprisingly, we're going to talk about it. He didn't go back at him the way I thought he would have. We're also going to talk about, the fact that, Khabib left. And I got to talk about, the Twitter warriors because they were like, he's running from Conor. He already took care of Conor, people. Like, what are you talking about? He ain't running from anybody. His father passed from COVID. And then we got to talk about all the crazy things that happened this weekend in sports. And we are going to talk also about what NASA found on the moon. Is it aliens? Dude, did they find aliens? Do you think it's aliens? Could you imagine they were
I don't think it's aliens on the moon. If they were that close, that would be pretty funny.
Dude.
But I know what they found.
You do know?
Yeah.
Oh, you
pretty
couldn't
interesting.
Wait. You couldn't wait.
It's pretty interesting.
You looked it up. You looked it up.
No. I knew. Hey,
oh, you knew?
You know, I'm the one who introduced you to all the.
That is true. You made me a
extraterrestrial.
Yes, you did show me all the NASA stuff, and
I introduced you to it.
And I've gone crazy.
Don't forget where you came from,
That's
buddy.
Right. It's now Gabe Kuhn. But anyway, it's time for us to go to my favorite place on the planet Earth. Thank you for Chad Gallen at MemphisFarmers.com. But it's time to go to Hardwood.
This is Access Hardwood.
Wow. Now, everybody wants to know what's on the moon. I've had a bunch of people text me, hey, I'm driving. I really need to know, and I got to get out of my car. All right, listen. Gabe, you know what they found. And surprisingly, I didn't expect this. This is something, we landed on the moon. I thought we would have found it when we landed there. We've had probes. We've had pictures. The moon is something that's kind of at least, close enough. I can see that, John. You know what I'm saying?
Did we land on it?
Yes, we landed
Oh,
on
okay.
it. I'm not the conspiracy theorist. I did watch that one. That's a really bad one, actually. Like speeding up, look, it looks like they're just... Never mind. Anyway, we've been to the moon. Like, we've crashed a bunch of stuff into the moon. I know we have. And by the way, they don't give Tesla all that money. What's that dude's name? With Elon Musk? They don't. That dude's not a super billionaire if he ain't really flying stuff to, outer space. You know what I'm saying? He's got tons of money.
Correct me if I'm wrong. We haven't landed on the moon since, right?
No, we've landed probes. People haven't been on the moon.
Yeah, but why not?
Because maybe there's aliens.
Explain why. Why would there be aliens?
Because there's water on the moon.
Oh!
And how many people knew there was water on the moon? Not me, not anybody. In fact, a lot of people for a few years, do you know that a lot of people thought that the moon was an artificial, basically made or something? And NASA actually for a few years thought it was hollow because they rammed something into the moon and it vibrated a whole lot. And they still think that the inside of the moon has certain pockets that are empty, but we now found out why. Because it's not empty, completely empty, but it has pockets of water. Yes, pockets of water. And they said that this could be crucial for manned missions to the Mars going in the future because you can turn water into what? Rocket fuel. Because if you're already in space, you don't need to burn tons of rocket fuel to get up there. You just need to burn a little oxygen, a little hydrogen. Bam, bam, you got it right there. A little water and H2O. Now you can go and take off to the moon. So they found water on the moon. Now are they going to find water on Mars? What do you think?
Well, they've already seen that there's like big divots and stuff where water could have cut through the surface of Mars.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's probably been there before.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's there now.
Do you think that face on Mars is real, or is that just an optical illusion?
It's real.
It's an optical illusion. Now, speaking of optical illusions, was Manny Margot out or safe? What do you think? Stealing home. If y'all don't know what happened, Manny Margot stole home. First and third, 2 outs. Clayton Kershaw's on. Margot's already been using his leg. And, man, Margot got a good jump. He almost got there. But Max Muncy screams at Clayton Kershaw. He's going home. Kershaw steps off the plate, throws a strike, and they barely get him. But, man, if you looked at the replay, couple angles looked like he was safe. But there's one great angle from Jeff Passan, and I have to give him credit that he posted up because it looks like the catcher misses and it tags him in the face. If he tags him in the helmet and in his face area, guess what? Margot was safe. But there's a thing where you see him go across and he scrapes, and the hand of Manny Margot touches the glove about 3 inches before the plate and about a second before he pops him in the face. So guess what? For all you people who were on Twitter who were going bananas saying the Rays got robbed, they didn't even look at the replay. This thing is fixed. He was out, yo. Check out Jeff Passan on Twitter or check me out at Johnny_radio. I'll retweet the proof. Man, but that was, I got to say, that play took cojones, yo. Now, speaking of plays, what in the heck happened on Saturday? Have you ever seen, you didn't watch that game. Was Saturday for me, was the craziest playoff baseball game I've ever witnessed in my entire life. I'm being dead serious when I say this. It's not just because the 6th leg of my parlay and the Dodgers only had to do is win the game, would have gotten there. But seriously, I watched all of it, and if anybody watched this game, it was the closest thing to a boxing match or a UFC fight or anything or a football game where they're just going back and forth. But I mean, I've never in my entire life watched a baseball game where there was haymakers coming at every single turn. I thought the Dodgers, right off the bat, opened up the gates. They got a run in the first inning. They popped Tampa Bay in the face. Then in the 3rd inning, they come back with a hard left, and I thought they might have knocked them down to the mat. Nope, not in the 4th inning. They come back. Tampa Bay gets another run. The Dodgers then get one in the top of the 5th. Bottom of the 5th, Tampa Bay gets a run. Top of the 6th, the Dodgers get a run. The bottom of the 6th, 3-run job. We're all knotted up. Top of the 7th, Dodgers come back and take the lead. Then the deadgum Tampa Bay Rays hit them back in the bottom of the 7th to tie it up. Top of the 8th, the Dodgers take the lead again. And then in the bottom of the 8th, Tampa Bay goes 3 up, 3 down. Whoa, okay. Dodgers are up 7-6. Top of the 9th, Dodgers come up. could not get a run, but all they need is 3 outs with the all-time saves leader in Dodgers history, Mr. Jansen. Guess what? Gives up 1 run, and then there was a huge error from Chris Taylor in the center field to Max Muncy on the deadgum catch and relay to Will Smith, who couldn't catch the ball and make the tag. Everybody, and then plus also killing Jansen for not backing up because they probably still get Randy Arozarena, who's hung up between third and home plate. And we had the wildest ending to the wildest baseball game I've ever witnessed in my entire life. And I left that game, like when that game ended, I lost my bet, but I sure as heck was entertained. Like that was, I have not been that exhausted after watching a baseball game. Now, I did watch, the UFC that day, and there was some really good football games. But, I mean, that baseball game, I was just toast. And you missed that all, didn't you?
Sure did.
Wow.
Sure did.
67129. Has anybody
I was busy watching
World
Mountain
Series?
West football. I don't know what you're talking about.
Dude, I know. And by the way, do
you like the late slate? I love the late slate. I love it.
I do.
I love it.
I do, except for, I can't miss a World Series game. Like, if the World Series was tonight and you had the Rams and the Bears, I would have the little TV with the Rams and the Bears, and my big TV is going to have the World Series, okay? But thank goodness the World Series is tomorrow night, so I don't have to choose.
Now, can you tell me what Jeff Garcia said about Cam Newton?
Yes, I can. No, this is funny. So Jeff Garcia comes basically on NBC, the Bay Area radio.
Yeah.
It's not.
It was on TV.
Yeah, it was on television, and he goes on a complete lunatic. Like, I mean, it felt like this. I hate to say it like this. I feel like Jeff Garcia has been waiting for this. Is what it was like. There are certain people that get under my skin, and we're all human beings. We're not perfect. Some people rub other people the wrong way. Jeff Garcia used to be a flashy dude as well, and he used to kind of he was the hardest-nosed guy in the whole world, but then when he was the San Francisco quarterback and when he blossomed and started winning, he was dating Playboy Playmates. He was, driving fast cars. He was pimping out. But at first, like he said, he was all tucked in business. And he says he didn't, get flashy basically. Well, until he was winning. Well, he came out at Cam Newton and basically said that his fashion was he looks like a clown. And you can't dress that way unless you're winning. And what does it say to the team? It sends a bad message, all kinds of stuff. And I thought Cam Newton was going to just blast Jeff Garcia. He comes back after Garcia, and Garcia unloaded on him. He really did unload on him. He's by the way, Garcia said, you come into that game with 2 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, and then you throw 3 more interceptions. You get yanked for Jarrett Stidham. You used to be an MVP player. The only thing you do is dress like you're an MVP. You play like you are a second stringer. He goes bananas. Cam Newton says this. I was shocked. You know what's crazy? I kind of agree with him. He said this on the Greg Hill Show today. And he said, you know what? And the fact that he's a former player, he has every right to say that. I like that too. And then he says, until that happens, until I start playing better, his opinion's fair. Then he comes on and says, I know I come off to many different people in many different ways. That's fine. But you know what? He's exactly right. He can have his opinion, but I'm also not going to change my style, the way that I dress. I'm sorry. That's just me. Now, I thought that actually Cam handled himself really, really well. That wasn't the Cam we saw after the Super Bowl. The Cam that we heard on the air today, that was a very buttoned-up, professional, good answer, and I thought it was great. And he said, as a competitor, the only thing that I can do is go out there and play better. And I go into and basically, I'm just shocked that he agreed with Garcia. He said he's not going to change his style because that's who he is. But
do you think he actually agreed? As far as playing well, yes, he agrees he should be playing better. But do you think he actually agrees with what the sentiment that Jeff Garcia is coming with?
No, but the fact that he actually came out and said this
say
shows that there has been a maturation process for Cam as a professional. Because do you not remember in the beginning of his career, what happened after his MVP season? He could not even go into the post game and talk, and got smoked. And then guess what? He was basically cast aside, and everybody cast aspersions on him. and Cam then finally got injured. People wrote him off. The organization that drafted him didn't want him anymore. And by the way, since his MVP year, since he did that, when's Cam been good since?
Hadn't been good.
Hadn't been good.
Since.
So now that he's with New England, he's not playing well. At least he's saying, you know what? I'm not going to stir the pot anymore and draw more attention to myself, more criticism. I just got to go out there and play better. And the fact that he realizes that, it does at least alleviate a lot of pressure off of him.
But can we at least hold Jeff Garcia accountable for being a complete? I'm gonna use a D word, being a complete dingleberry. All right, what's his deal? Why? Okay, yes, Cam's not playing well. Okay, but why are you going after his fashion sense? Why are you going at what? You want him to wear a white tee and shorts to the stadium? What?
Did you see what Aaron Rodgers wore?
The thing that bothers me is he picked this fight, and you said it at the beginning. He has been waiting.
He's been waiting for this.
Do you have something against Cam Newton?
Yes, he does.
It's Jeff Garcia. That's garbage.
Yeah,
it's garbage.
I agree with that, but I honestly, again, it's kind of like the Bostic situation. Bostic freaked me out, and I thought, I was thinking somebody needs to smoke this guy. But then what freaked me out more was that the Cowboys guys didn't go and smoke Bostic after what happened to their quarterback. And it's kind of like the fact that, Garcia did this. I don't even know if I was going to bring it up because I just thought he was being a pompous you-know-what. But the fact that Cam didn't take the bait, didn't add any more pressure to his own season or to his own locker room, it's kind of like, you know what, Cam, at least he gets it because Jeff Garcia, he was trying to pick a fight. And Newton didn't take the bait. I kind of like the fact that he didn't take the bait.
I think we need to get on Jeff Garcia more. I'm not even worried about Cam Newton's response. I'm worried about what
Jeff Garcia. That's what I'm trying to say. He's only on Bay Area television. Ain't nobody outside of the Bay watching Jeff Garcia.
Regardless, that is just a moronic take. Sorry.
Oh, I agree with that. But now, how moronic is Arizona? I'm going to tell you on the other side, they have 9 allegations versus them. 5 of them are level 1. Let me tell you about the Sweatmaster Sean Miller, Arizona, and the IARP. Next on Sports 56, 98.5. Never forget MemphisFarmers.com and Chad Gatlin, 96.1 FM.
Want to get your voice heard? Hit us up on the First Bank phone line or First Bank text line.
Hey, everybody. I'm out here at Olive Branch looking at all these new Silverados at All-Star Chevrolet. And guess what? It's Trucktober. And nobody has more new Silverado trucks than right here at All-Star Chevrolet. And I'm seeing them right now. Look at this. You can get the Trucktober thousands in cash off price. Up to $5,000 in cash back. Holidays are coming. In fact, they're already here. All-Star Chevy has all these new 2020 Chevy SUVs and trucks with cash back deals in the thousands. New 3-row Traverse, new Equinox, Impala, or Malibu, all come with thousands in Chevy cash back for you. Remember, it's not Mount Moriah, not Covington Pike, not Collierville or South Haven. It's got to be Olive Branch, people. And the certified pre-owned lot is full. Impalas, Malibus, Tahoes, and Suburbans. And everyone at All-Star Chevy has one job, just one job, to make sure you have more fun, get the best deal, and in record time. So find new roads to All-Star Chevy on Kraft Goodman Road or online at allstarautogroup.com. Beat any dealer's ad price any day at All-Star Chevrolet. Best financing for everyone.
Hey, Tennessee, sports betting is almost here, and FanDuel Sportsbook is giving you an exclusive offer to get started. Right now, FanDuel Sportsbook is giving users $50 in free bets just for signing up. You heard that right. They're giving you $50 in free site credit to register and verify early. No deposit required. FanDuel is America's #1 sports betting site for a reason. They've got odds on all the biggest sports and a simple, intuitive app that makes it easy to find the bet you're looking for, then lock it in. And unlike other sportsbooks, once you win, FanDuel gets you your cash in as little as 24 hours. Why? Because it's the right thing to do. But right now, the right thing for you is to download the FanDuel Sportsbook app and check out their fantastic app for yourself. Just be sure to sign up and register using promo code GASMAN so they know we sent you. When you verify your account, you'll receive $50 in site credit when FanDuel Sportsbook is live. That's promo code GASMAN to get $50 in site credit when FanDuel Sportsbook is live.
21 plus in present Tennessee. Site credit is non-withdrawable and expires 7 days after receipt. Terms apply. See sportsbook.fanduel.com for details. Gambling problem? Call Redline 1-800-889-979.
NFL fans, go to NFLshop.com and get your favorite player's jersey, name, and number t-shirt or collectible. Are you ready for the next game? Shop now for the most up-to-date assortment for all 32 teams, including face coverings, NFL Shop has game day covered with jerseys, apparel, and at-home essentials for cheering on your team. You'll choose from the largest assortment for all 32 teams, as NFL Shop is the destination for officially licensed NFL gear. Head to NFLshop.com today for your special offer.
If you're going on vacation, making a college campus visit, or if business takes you out of town, there's just no better place to board your dog than Barks and Recreation, 965 Reddick Cove between Bud Davis Cadillac and the Blue Plate Cafe in East Memphis. Boarding, daycare, grooming, we have the best of everything at Barks. Indoor-outdoor kennels so your family member can go in and out as they please. Indoor and outdoor play areas. 4 walks a day. Group play and individual attention from the best staff in the Mid-South, which includes an overnight staff to ensure the safety and comfort of your pet 24 hours a day. All reasons to choose Barks and Recreation above all other boarding and daycare facilities. BarksDaycare.com or 509-0909. Check us out and make your reservations now at BarksDaycare.com. If your dog could speak, he'd say Barks.
Buy your next car or truck at Streamline Auto Smart. Your next smart decision. All credit welcome. Drive off in your new low-mileage pre-owned car or truck. From low-end cars to the most luxurious sports car. Ask about the 48-hour vehicle locator. Let Streamline Auto Smart do the looking for you. Close your deal within 1 hour. No waiting. It's quick and easy at Streamline Auto Smart. Your next smart decision. 2558 Mount Moriah. Call Streamline Auto Smart 901-235-8845. Your next smart decision.
Now back to Johnny Radio's Happy Hour. Let's go! On Sports 56 and 87.7 FM. Here's your host, John Harden.
Yo, what's up? I'm sorry I got to break in here now today because guess what? We got something important. We got a Bears and Rams game tonight. Bears at the Rams. Very important. You can hear it right here on Sports 56, 98.5 and 96.1 FM. I'm going to give you a winner, hopefully. I hope so. I sure hope so. Also got some allegations versus Arizona Sean Miller. And then I got to also tell y'all something. Have y'all heard about Mike Tyson? Mike Tyson is now EDM. What is EDM?
Electronic dance music.
Oh, my gosh, I was way off. But I do like EDM, I guess, when it says, I'm Mike Tyson.
Wait, so what did you think it stood for?
I can't say right
Okay.
now.
Right.
Well, I mean, you know what ED is, right? Like, and then you add an M to it. I thought it was like to the max. I was like, that's bad. But, and Mike Tyson is kind of old. You know, he's going to fight Roy Jones. But then I clicked on it, and it's about him doing electronic dance music because he went to a rave. Did you know that? Could you, if you were at a rave and you're sitting there, let's just say, zooted on some, they don't do LSD anymore, like rolls or whatever, bath salts these kids do today. Who knows?
Bath salts?
I don't know
God.
what kids do today.
What is that?
I hope nothing. That's the thing that people ate people's face. I did it during a hardwood. Somebody ate somebody's face in Florida. That's what I'm saying. I don't hang out with these kids. Could you imagine you're dancing in the middle and you look over and you see Mike Tyson? I'd be like, oh my goodness, these things.
You know,
are
Shaq,
so strong.
Shaquille O'Neal does like EDM too. He's like a DJ for.
What?
Yeah. It's a big thing. Electronic
So,
dance
hold
music.
on.
It's like party music.
Okay, so me and you need to go to an EDM and hang out with Mike Tyson and Shaq?
I'm not into it. I'm not into it. Hurts
I
my
mean,
head.
I'm not
It's
either,
a lot
but
of, lot of
that's-
moving around, a lot of bass.
Oh,
and-
I'd love to see you out there dancing with Mike Tyson. That would just make me laugh so hard. I just can't I got to stop. That makes me laugh. But yeah,
I'm just laughing at what you thought EDM.
I thought it went to the max. I'm
ED to the
sorry.
max, baby.
Now, Mike Tyson, he is a baller shot caller. I'm about to give you the wins, but first I got to tell you, if you want to win tonight, make your wife happy. Go to eatcentralbarbecue.com. Make an order. They got 4 great locations. They got downtown, they got Central, they got Summer, and they got the new one on Poplar, which is beautiful. Smoke is their sauce. Wings, ribs, shoulder. Oh, my goodness. Whatever you can think of. Their turkey even. I know it's getting close to, Thanksgiving and stuff. They smoke their turkey better than anybody. They smoke their chicken. You can get their meats by the bulk. You can go in there and get barbecue nachos. Again, their ribs are just out of control. Their banana pudding is hard for me to talk about because I haven't had it since September 1st, which was my birthday. I was been on a diet since my birthday. But don't worry, Christmas is coming back soon, and I'm going to go back to eating a quart every single Saturday and Sunday morning. I promise you that. Central Barbecue, they're simply the best. Now it's time for me to give you some winners. Tonight, I am definitely taking the Rams because Matt Nagy or Sean McVay. Nick Foles or Jared Goff. I look and I see Khalil Mack, Aaron Donald. It's all kind of a little bit of a wash, except for Matt Nagy and Sean McVay. I'm going to go with Sean McVay. Plus, I think Jalen Ramsey and Aaron Donald in that defense, they're going against a far weaker offense. So I think their defense is going to shine while the Bears' defense is going to struggle because guess what? Their offense won't be able to stay on the field versus the Rams. The Rams run too many plays. A couple of them are busted. Rams score too many points for the Bears. Now, Sean Miller, holy cow, 9 allegations, 5 level 1. He's a bad, bad dude. But I'm going to have to tell you about this tomorrow because, man, there was just so many sports today I couldn't get to them all. But I will tell you, coming up next, you got Wolo and Stats. Don't touch that dial. But for me, Gabe Kuhn, we got to get out of here. Get out there and make the world a better place. See you on the flip side. Peace.